Alright, hello everyone. This is Mr. Perry again. Today we're going to talk about, we're going to take the idea of the slope and we're actually going to start graphing some equations. So we're going to start graphing linear equations. Now, in your notebook, it should be page 28. So before we start graphing linear equations, let's talk about some vocab. So the slope, we went over this last week. We define this as how steep a line is. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the y-intercept. This one's going to be new to us. So the y-intercept here is going to be our starting point. That is, when we actually start graphing these lines, where exactly are we going to start? So when we actually graph this, we're going to follow the method of y equals mx plus b. Well, the m we talked about last week, that's going to be our slope. The b, however, we did not talk about. Makes sense. We didn't talk about the y-intercept. We didn't talk about b. So it makes sense that that correlates with that. So let's talk about some examples here. Don't worry about this example number 4. So we're going to talk about two equations here. And we're only going to talk about two for today. Because again, I want you to see how to be able to find the slope, how to be able to find the y-intercept, and how to start graphing this. Now last week, you did not need to graph this. Today I'm going to ask you that you do. So that way you can see how it's done. You can do it a couple of times and just be able to get used to it. I know it's tough with everybody working from home, but we can do this. So let's talk about some examples here. So let's do A. So we have y equals 2 over 3x plus 6. From our video from last week, we know that our slope here is our number before the x. So we know our slope is 2 over 3. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to be able to figure out what our y-intercept is. In this case, it's going to be 6. So we know how to use the 2 over 3, but how do we figure out what that 6 means? So what the 6 actually means is we're going to start from right here. We're going to start from this line right here. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to make a note right here. That's going to be our starting point. And then what we're going to do here is we have everything's positive here, so we're going to go up 2. We're going to go right 3. So starting from here, I'm going to go up 2, and so that we can see that, I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3. So same thing, up 2. I'm going to make a mark right here so you guys are seeing where I'm going. Right, 1, 2, 3. We can't do any more before we're off the graph, so we can connect our lines. And then the last thing, I briefly mentioned this last week, you want to rewrite the equation itself. So I'm going to take the equation itself, so 2 over 3x plus 6. So that's how you do that. Now, let's look at the second equation. Same idea. So we're going to take our number right here, which is 2. So our slope is 2. And then we're going to take our y-intercept. Which is going to be 1. So here what we're going to do is we're going to start at our starting point, which is going to be 1 in this case. Again, it's always going to be on this line. Now the slope of 2. So I know I'm going to go up 2 because there's no negative here. But how many are going to the right? Same thing as what we talked about last week. Again, rather briefly, if I see a whole number as my slope, put it over 1. Because that's going to tell us that we're going to go 1 to the right. Otherwise, we're going to get a slope of, that's going to be a straight line going up. That's no slope. That's chaos. So starting from our starting point, we're going to go up 2, make my note, over 1. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a moment now, I'm going to erase this line right here because it's going to be in our way. So again, up 2, make a note, write 1, up 2, make a note, write 1, up 2, make a note, write 1, connect my line point, make a line, and then last but not least, I'm going to rewrite the equation, which in this case happened to be y equals 2x plus 1. Now, one more example that I'm going to have you guys work on your own. You're not going to graph this. But here, I'm going to write, you don't have to worry about that C part. So let's say our thing here was y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 3. So here I want you to find the slope and I want you to find the y-intercept. You're going to answer those questions right at the end of this Edpuzzle video. If you guys need any help, please let me know. I am here to help. Have a great day.